Welcome to another edition of Inside Titan Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Radcliffe, and for the next half hour, we'll get you caught up on all things Eastern Florida State College athletics. On the docket today, talk about the men's and women's soccer programs, which continue to rise higher and higher in the national rankings and stay up there as well. We'll get our first look at Jim Grimes and the women's basketball team as they come off one of the unprecedented, one of the best seasons in school history this past year, and look back at the fall tennis season, the girls tennis program led by head coach Jerry Thor. So without further ado, we will start with the in-season, the men's and women's soccer program. The women continuing to be undefeated, ranked number 1. You guys number 2. Oliver 12-3 is joining us now and coming off conference play. A successful opener against Broward and then getting another result against ASA. Your impressions of opening conference play with a couple of results?
Certainly, it was a good weekend. Had a fantastic result against Broward, against a nationally ranked team. Boys played really, really well. Tactically, we got it right, and technically, we were able to convert the chances and get a 2-0 victory against a very, very good Broward team. Sunday, we were unable to follow that up, and we ended up tying the game 1-1. We created a lot of opportunities, but kind of a similar story to our whole season, really, in terms of creating tons and tons of opportunities, but not being quite clinical enough in the final third. As
a whole, 5-0-1 now at this point of the season. Are you about where you thought you would be at this point, or are there things that we could have done better, maybe? Certainly, we've rose to the challenge on every occasion. Last night was a little bit of a blip, or Sunday night was a bit of a blip, but we're going to get back on track, and we got a chance to redeem ourselves when we go down to play ASA twice, and then we have another home-and-home series with Broward. So those games will really decide if we're able to go on and move to the postseason, which we've done every year since I started the program 2 years ago. The Broward game, a 2-0 result to open things off. You had a lot of respect for this team, as we've talked to you in recent weeks. It was going to be a challenge. Get the first clean sheet of the season. Kakuta Jada gets a start and really pays you back with an outstanding performance, made 5 saves. But then you got the goals as well from Kofi and from Saperi. Yeah, defensively, we were certainly worried about Larin, which is Kyle Larin's brother from Orlando City, and he's one of the top forwards in junior college soccer this year. And I thought as a group, as a defensive unit, we shut him out really well, from the goalkeeper always through to Wilfred Williams, who almost man-marked him out of the game. It really hardly gave him a kick. So that was impressive. And then Shari on our back line popping up with that headed goal to put us up 1-0 was certainly important. So overall, great defensive performance, as well as I think we had 24 shots in that game as well. So again, a good overall performance in that first game Friday night. And then on Sunday, just 2 days later, you have to get back out there. You trot out a starting lineup with a couple of reserves in there to get some experience. Things might not have went according to script. I'm sure you expected a better result than just a tie, but you outshot ASA 38-7. So that just shows the dominance that you guys had within the run of play. Certainly, I felt like we were the stronger team, and we had opportunities to win that game, creating a lot of chances. But you got to give credit to ASA for really coming and putting in a battling performance, and that's what college sports are all about. It was 11-11 out there, and they're all college athletes, a lot of scholarship players out there, and they certainly showed their character and their fight. And if we can show the same kind of character and fight that teams are going to come and play against us, we're not going to lose a game the rest of the year. What was the message to the team afterwards? Obviously, a frustrating time as they get that goal, a chip over the top. Has this happened before, where you've given a goal that you don't really expect? It wasn't really from a great run of play. It was just a cheeky move to beat the keeper that went over the top. What was your message to the team afterwards? That this is a situation where they were close. And what was that like at the end of the game with those guys? I think it was a similar story to our other games, in terms of we went up 1-0 and then we really took our foot off the gas and wanted to get that second and third goal. And if that had happened, the game's probably over. But as we took our foot off the gas and didn't continue to play with the same mentality that put us in a 1-0 situation, we paid for it. And they came back and they scored a goal on the break, and as hard as we tried, the ball just wouldn't bulge the old onion net. This is so often, though. Yeah, it's one of those things where confidence builds from another team the longer they're left into that game. And despite being dominated, we saw it firsthand on WEFS TV. It was a really one-sided game in between the actual pipes.
Yeah, you see it. You see it sometimes. Sometimes it's just not meant to be, and try as we might, we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, and we did create, and like I said, the quality on the final ball was not there, and we'll certainly be working on that this week going into Mississippi, and hopefully we'll be able to put that right.
Yeah, there's a rematch, though, coming up October 9th, and I'm sure the lads will be incredibly inspired to turn that result over to a W. Now, you mentioned Mississippi. This is a big challenge going on the road for 2 games next weekend. Tell me about the games that you have set up for the lads.
They play Mississippi Gulf Coast. They're one of the top teams in the Mississippi region, as well as Pearl River. Both quality teams with good coaches. The coach of Mississippi Gulf Coast used to be at Tyler and was part of that Tyler program that won multiple national championships. So they certainly know what they know what they're doing, and we're going to have to be on top of our game to get a result.
Challenge. You had an earlier road trip to Maryland. Is this an opportunity for the guys to kind of gel a little bit? You take you have the long trip. They're traveling together, rooming together. Do you anticipate that being something a positive for this team now going forward?
Certainly, definitely will. It's definitely a chance for the boys to get together. I'm sure on the bus we'll have some banter. Maybe have a couple of rap battles on the bus, and get the boys excited again, and realize that there's another opportunity to get some wins and move our season forward.
Curious, do you think is there anybody on the roster, on the squad that's really surprised you in a positive manner this year?
Yeah, I think Matt McClellan's come in really well in the back line and solidified his place in the center of the defense. And it was good to see Gakuda Jada get the start against Broward and get our first shutout of the year. And going forward, Nate Grant, I felt like he earned his start against ASA on Sunday night, and so he's done well for us as well.
Never known a coach to be completely happy with any result, even if it's a dominating 5-0 type of thing. But all your goals are still achievable. They're still in front of you. You still have the high national ranking. You're still undefeated. Those are the things that you set out to at the beginning, right?
Definitely. It's all in front of us. As long as we approach each game with the right mentality, I'm sure we'll be able to achieve our goals.
And we've mentioned on previous shows, you really don't want to peak right now anyway. You want to be playing your best as you go into the national tournament this year.
Yeah, it's important to make sure we're able to get out of Florida. That's the most important thing. So even though it was 2 drop points last night, we've still got a chance, against Broward and ASA to be able to get to our, the top of our peak of our performance by the time hopefully we can beat Broward and ASA on the road and then go into the region playoffs.
Finishing drills on tap and practice this week, I'm sure. So if people come out and watch practice,
but we did score a penalty. That was the first penalty we scored. We had 4 missed penalties in a row, and we managed to. Craig McCall stepped up, the young Scotsman, and he put the ball in the back of the net. So that was a positive as well.
His first goal of the season. How about Shari earning that though too? I mean, that was a legit foul into the box, and his hard work paid off there.
Definitely, he created that goal, and he's been very good all year. And he wanted to take that penalty kick actually, but I think Craig pulled rank there for some reason and said, "Hey, I'm going to take this," and he took it and he bet
confidently.
Exactly.
There was no doubt about it. Well, Oliver, best of luck in Mississippi this weekend, and we certainly expect some finishing drills, and we expect a lot of goals going forward with the men's soccer program. When we come back, we'll shift gears. We'll talk a little women's basketball, women's tennis as well, as Inside Titan Sports rolls on.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Radcliffe. We now turn our attention inside the Titan Fieldhouse and check in with the women's basketball program, which begins practice this week. And joining me on the set, head coach Jim Grimes in his 3rd season, and one of the stars of the team, Nene Johnson, a reigning Southern Conference all first team player. Welcome to the show for the first time. And what's it like at this point in the season, Coach, to get things going? And I mean, this is probably the best time for you to get these girls all together and start focusing on the season.
Yeah, we're really excited to be starting official practice. The team's been working really hard, really all summer, and since they arrived back on campus in August. But everybody's really excited for Thursday, getting going officially to prepare for our season.
How are you feeling? I know you play basketball to actually play the games, not just the practice part. How does it feel to be back?
It feels good. I mean, we've been here all summer, and to finally have the first official practice feels good. Season's right around the corner.
22-8 last year. It was a really remarkable season, a remarkable turnaround. It was 7-23 your first year. You really got this thing going in the right direction. You made the states, and obviously the goal is to go beyond that this coming year.
Well, we talk a lot about trying to get better every day, so that's what we're trying to do. We definitely want to achieve the goals that we were able to accomplish last season, but we definitely want to do more this year in the states and hopefully into nationals.
You're already committed to play at Liberty University, so what do you set out to do here in your sophomore campaign? You personally to better yourself, but also to better your team?
To basically just help my teammates do what they have to do. I mean, I'm the point guard. I need to make everybody look better. That's what I'm out to do this season.
Nene, one of your 3 starters returning. Talk about who you have coming back.
Well, Nene's a great player, first of all. She's our leader on the floor and off the floor. Showed great leadership last year as a freshman, and now she's back for her sophomore year. She's been unbelievable in her workout so far. We also have Crystal Townsend, another great player for us last year. She's going to be counted on a lot for leadership as well. And then we also have Paula Vasquez coming back.
What about some of these teammates coming back? Does that make it easy having some of these girls that you were with before to really be on the same page to be able to communicate with when you're out there on the floor? Because you're the field general, right?
Yeah, definitely. Having Paula and Crystal coming back is a big help because we all have team chemistry. We bond. Got to get the other 2 starters on board, but it should be fun.
Sure. What things improvements do you feel you need to make to take that next step? What are some of the things that you really plan on focusing in on here in the preseason?
Well, we definitely, I felt like last year we weren't deep enough. We're really trying to work on that. I think we did a really good job, our staff did, in recruiting this year. We really feel like we have a lot more depth. We have some really good players coming off the bench this season. And then, of course, our bread and butter has been shooting, transition offense. We definitely need to improve defensively and rebounding. So those have been a lot of the things we've been emphasizing.
You're from right down the road there in Stewart at Martin County. What first of all attracted you to come to Eastern Florida, and then moving forward, looking to go to Liberty? What things about these 2 institutions really attracted you to play basketball here?
Well, my cousin Jermon, that graduated last year, he told me about Eastern Florida. So when he told me, the next week, Coach Olivia Atwell contacted me. So I was excited. It's only an hour away from home, which was a big
plus.
Big plus. And then Liberty, it's in Virginia. They're a good program. I like the coaching staff. They were really nice, and the teammates. The campus is beautiful. That's what really attracted me.
What kind of player is Nene in your mind? Obviously a point guard. She's one of the most important people on the floor to make sure the attack is moving, and also kind of leading the defense too, right?
Sure. One of the best things about Nene is she seems to thrive when the game is on the line in the most important situations. We're playing in a jamboree this weekend, and last year as a freshman she went into this not knowing what to expect. And last year in this jamboree, she was probably our best player, which sort of opened a lot of people's eyes, even opened mine. She's continued to develop. She's a very hard worker. She's a good leader. She's obviously super athletic, and she's just a great player. And when the games are at its biggest moments is when she really is at her best.
Yeah, 3 games this weekend, as Coach mentioned, in Tallahassee in this jamboree. What do you set out to do? And is it about winning, or is it about coming together?
We obviously want to win, but the win will come if we do our principles, do the right process, and the result will happen.
Coach, what's the goal? What is the process at this point in the season?
Our process consists of 4 main things: playing tough, playing hard, playing smart, and playing together. And those are the things that we want the girls to focus on. We do not talk a lot about winning and losing. We feel strongly that if we take care of those 4 things, if we are strong in those 4 areas, that the results will take care of themselves.
Certainly makes a lot of sense. Now, you've got the Southern Conference again. You're the reigning champs. What does it take to repeat at this point, and how hard is this conference that you're playing in? Because there's a lot of good teams here in Florida.
Yes, our conference is tough. We have a lot of good competition. We're obviously the team to beat this year. We won the conference, so it's going to be even tougher now. So we're just going to have to play hard, play smart, and play together.
Yeah, you haven't had to worry that before, having the bullseye. How do you think these girls will respond, and is that something you have to preach here starting this week with practice?
Well, I think they're going to be ready for it, but it is new for everyone. We're kind of able to sneak up on people last year. I don't think that'll be the case this season. But again, if we just focus on what we need to do well, then I think we'll be okay.
Talk about some of your teammates, maybe some of the newcomers that may be able to surprise. I know you really haven't gotten practice going. You've just been doing the off-season thing, but who could really help out the cause here and be a big factor this year for you guys?
You guys should definitely look out for Kenya Jones and Trudy Walker. We have a new shooter, his daughter, Emma Grimes, knockdown shooter. Brittany Wells is going to bring a lot of energy. Basically, the whole team. We got a lot of athletic players.
Shooting, yeah, you do have Emma coming in. I mean, that's got to be a thrill to coach the daughter, but also to build her around a whole bunch of other players that really can kind of mentor her coming forward.
Yeah, I'm excited to be coaching Emma. You know, a lot of people have asked me about that, how that's going to be. You know, she's excited about it. Our whole family's been looking forward to this. You know, I've never coached her before. The best thing about it is she's gonna come in and she's a really good player. She's earning everything she's getting. She is a really good shooter, and that's one of the staples of our offense. But she's not the only one. You know, Paula is one of our most reliable shooters as well. And of course, we've got some freshmen coming in that I think are really going to help from the perimeter. So I think it's a great opportunity for Emma and all of our newcomers.
At what point in the season do you feel you need to peak? Do you want to be setting out right at the beginning to be playing at your best, or are there things we need to figure out?
We probably need some time to figure some things out, as in we're having so many freshmen coming in. So we'll probably peak conference time.
That's exactly what you need. Now, people coming out to the gym, the Titan Fieldhouse to see you guys, what sort of team are they going to be seeing? To be able to sell the program here, what kind of style do you want to implement if they haven't seen you before? Because they need to know about you now because of the success last year.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's a fun system to play in. I think it's a fun system to watch. You know, we like to play fast, not in a hurry, but we like to be fast. We like to get a lot of shots up, and it's high energy. So I think anybody who comes out and watches this year will really be entertained.
We certainly look forward to the season opener and the home opener at the Titan Fieldhouse. Well, Nene Johnson, Jim Grimes, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck this season. Look forward to talking you down the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's women's basketball, and we will move to women's tennis when we come back after the break. You're watching Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Radcliffe, and for our final segment, we turn to tennis and the women's program, which just completed its fall season. Head coach Jerry Thor and Allie Andrews, the sophomore, right down the road, right across the causeway in Cocoa Beach. Welcome, guys. So the fall season is done. How do you feel it went?
I think it went fantastic. I think the girls have worked hard. It's been an adjustment, adjusting to our high expectations that we have, but I think that they've come prepared to work, and they've taken the court in every match, putting forth the effort and enthusiasm we expect from them, and we look forward to seeing that carry over into our off-season training.
Allie, that we were just in Altamont Springs for the USTA ITA region tournament. How did you feel that go as a team performance as a whole? How did that go for you guys?
Our team had some really good wins, and it was really exciting. There are some stuff we need to work on, so hopefully this fall we can get it all straightened out and be ready to come back stronger in the spring.
Jerry, talk to me about some of the performances there at San Lando.
Yeah, we got off to a great start. Allie, started us off with a win. As a sophomore, it's always good to have sophomore leadership, set the stage for us. And we had Annalie Collings and Juliana Hull partner up, and they won the consolation draw. So, we got knocked out first round by the #1 seed, and that didn't ruin their weekend. They battled back, and they put up 2 more wins to finish strong. And Nicole Trio had a win in singles and doubles. We've had our doubles advance into the semifinals, and that's kind of the positioning we hope to be in for years to come.
Allie, how did you feel about the things maybe you individually and as a team that you guys need to work on?
As a team, I think we need to work on team confidence, and as an individual, even though I'm a sophomore, got some nerves to work out the first couple tournaments. but just playing more and practicing more, maybe some more matches to get, to see really like the pressure that's going to be on us when we play a real match.
Well, now you have the break, though, right? You really get going to the championship seasons of the spring season in collegiate tennis. Between this point now and going forward until the season begins in the spring, how do you practice? How do you keep things going?
Well, we really started, we had a month until our first tournament started, so we've been focusing on things that can have an immediate impact. So our strategies, the way we approach doubles play specifically, and those paid dividends for us this past weekend. Now that we have, a few more months to prepare for our spring season, now's when we could really break down specific stroke production, serves, volleys, work on everybody's games a little more in depth and in detail.
Holly, what's it like playing right down the street? You're starting your collegiate tennis career right down the street from where you played high school at Cocoa Beach.
It was a great opportunity to come here right after high school. It's close to home. Some people want to go far away, but I would like to stay a little close to home. And the school's given me great opportunities to play on scholarship and give back to the community and just show the community that we have a high-performance tennis program here and what we can do with it in the future.
How valuable is somebody like Allie, coming in her second season to teach maybe some of the younger girls that you have? How important has she been here in the fall season for you?
She's been fantastic. Her and our other captain, Danielle Copeland, really helped me get off to a great start because they were here before I showed up. And, I couldn't be more grateful to them for, helping set the stage for a great fall season. They got the girls all together. I haven't seen a more tight-knit group of players in my short coaching career. She's been great. She's been a fighter on the court, putting in extra work. She's our hardest worker. And it's always nice when you have a captain who's going to be a good role model for the rest of the team, especially our freshmen.
It's certainly great to play at home, but there's some, and it's advantage in the state of Florida, period, to be able to play tennis outside year-round. It can be an indoor sport, obviously, at times in other parts of the country. But some of the challenges are the weather, and we've been crazy this fall. We've had a lot of soccer matches that have had a lot of delays, but I know I got to see you guys do an indoor practice with a volleyball net before one of our volleyball broadcasts. Tell me how that goes with the high net. Can you actually get some work done when you're practicing indoors like that?
Yeah, with the volleyball net, it was there for the game, so we took it to our advantage. We hit a lot of topspin balls, so we worked on just getting the ball over the net, and that it does transfer onto the court. You want to hit a lot of high topspin balls so your balls go in and stay in.
That frustrating for you as a coach that you can't have them outside, but then it allows you to be creative, I guess, to come up with something?
Sure, yeah. Preparing our players for the tournaments, especially in this fall season where the rainy season is right in the middle of our practice time. It's just something that we have to adapt to, and teams that do it well are going to be successful, and the teams that can't find creative ways to get their preparation in won't. And so, you go out there and you win or lose. There's no asterisk at the end saying that the weather was bad leading up to the tournament or not. You just have to be prepared, and whether that's being prepared for our matches or them being prepared for their exams, they got to learn that you get the job done. That's the way it works here.
And the good news is you have that Titan Tennis Center, that brand sparkling new facility, 8 new courts. That's got to be neat to not just practice on, but you haven't really gotten a match on that yet. Will that be an advantage for you and the team?
We haven't, but I really think that will be an advantage. Your home courts, people can come watch, support, you'll have everyone there. It's a nice facility. I'm really excited to play there.
Yeah, that's coming your way in the spring. I mean, you'll finally get to have hosts and things there as well, right?
Yeah, and what I really like is they really dedicated a large portion of the facility to bleachers, and so we're excited to get a lot of fans out there. I know the girls have been working hard, and everybody's been talking about when's the season start? When do you guys have some matches coming? And we hope to see everybody there on match day.
If you go to Flushing and you go to the USTA, the US Open, anything like Wimbledon or whatever, it's a spectator sport, tennis is, but usually at the high school, college level, you don't see that very often. So this has got to be a welcome change for you.
Yeah. It really is.
No doubt. We'll talk a little bit about what you were going to be headed off to Methodist after this, and talk about what you hope to accomplish in your tennis career after you leave Eastern Florida State College.
Hopefully, I'll be attending Methodist University.
Okay.
Still have to figure some stuff out.
Gotcha.
But they seem like a really great school, and they are one of the 2 schools in the whole country that has professional tennis management as a degree. So I will become a tennis pro, hopefully play 2 more years of college tennis at Methodist, and then run a club, a facility, teach tennis all day, and then I'd actually like to be a college coach further into my career.
You got it all mapped out. This is good. You don't have to, she doesn't have to figure anything out here for the spring either. I mean, it kind of knows where to go. And you have her as a leader. Talk about what's ahead for you in the spring. When's the first competition heat up?
Well, we'll start practice up in the middle of January when all the players get back, and 2 weeks later we'll have our first match. And then our conference schedule gets started right away. We play everybody at a home and away. Our first matches at home will be the 5th and the 6th of February. So we're hoping for some good weather, and we know we'll have the players prepared. They'll be ready, they'll be in shape and ready to go. We'll finish up in April, so it'll be, it's going to go by quickly, especially for some of our sophomores who this is going to be it for them. But we look forward to pursuing a qualification at national tournament for the first time in school history, and definitely tough competition out there, but that's why we're all here doing what we're doing.
Well, enjoy the off season. You don't get many of those, right? So, Jerry Thor and Allie Andrews, thank you so very much for joining us, and good luck, and get some rest as well. That would be nice. And I'd like to thank all of our guests here as we have run out of time for this edition of Inside Titans Sports. A reminder, to learn everything you need to know about Titans athletics, you can go to the school website at easternflorida.edu/athletics, or do the easy thing as well, just tune in to Inside Titans Sports each and every week here on WEFS TV. So again, for all my guests, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long and go Titans.